Shalom, shalom. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just make sure. Just make sure it's all live. Volume good. All right, shalom, shalom. All right, shalom, shalom. All right, yeah, it's beautiful. All right, shalom to the Lord's elect, scattered about the four corners of the earth. All right, before I begin this lesson, I would like to start off by giving all praises, honor, infinite glory to the King of the universe, called Haloyim, Lo Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachakodash, and Tawada, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, for giving us the spirit of truth in these last days in whom the world cannot receive. I would also like to give a double honors to the head apostles and beloved elders of Great Millstone out of New York, who taught us 100% truth according to the Bible. Barakatham, peace, love, and salutations to the Zakoni wa Akim, which is the beloved elders and brothers standing stiffly on the battlefield for the names of Yahweh, while Yahweh shine truth and in sincerity, and also shalom to the rest of the elect scattered about the four corners of the earth. And through the spirit, I was just, meditating, watching a few videos this morning as I got off the job, wind down, doing the, Jake's daily, daily routine, man. And as I'm watching certain videos, I was building with the Elder Kanak, the Elder Priest Kanak in the camp in Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat Wa Barakim, to all you brothers and your families, man. You know what I'm saying? May the Lord continually have his mercy bestowed upon you, all right? That's what this thing is about. But we was building on something a few weeks ago, and, the Elder Priest say, when you look at it, it's like all these things happening, and that's why I'm doing this lesson. Everything that's happening today concerning what Yahweh Shai said will happen. Nations are against nations, right? Okay, you see what's happening out there in Minnesota. Okay, we ultimately see the uproars and the sedition. Okay, let's not forget about the movie Civil War and all of the purges, movies they made, man. First Purge, okay, Purge, Anarchy, so forth and so on. But all this, was... So here it is, we see, and then not to mention this Gen Z, man. You people out here, this young generation of Israelites who are born 2000, 2006, you know what I'm saying? 19 years old today, right? 2004, you know what I'm saying? Like, completely lost, completely tagged out. Okay, you're prepped for the world to come, the next, you know what I'm saying, the way of life, if you will, which will be destroyed. Okay, but as we see all these things taking place, AI, you gotta see where are you at in prophecy, man. Okay, that's why I'm doing this lesson. Now we always, harp on the doom and gloom. We always go into which we're going to continue to do until they do what they have to do. We're not on the corners no more, because brothers is tapping into their lot on a high level in these last days, man. Because it's getting ready to be made known that we are the prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shai, right? So as we see all these things happening, okay, we gotta start, speaking to you, younger Akim, first and foremost to myself, you got to start to see where you fall at, okay, in this lot of life, okay? Because obviously you're not out there protesting. Obviously you're not a nigga, okay? And you women out there too. Obviously you're not a whore. Or you changed your ways, or you came back to the Lord, so forth and so on. So I say that it's one of them comforting lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them, like thanking the Lord and just meditating on his grace and his mercy in these last days, man. Because somebody got to be the elect. That's the point of me doing this lesson. Here it is. You got souls on the planet Earth, okay, who are destined, okay, to be destroyed. So how much more the souls on the planet Earth who are destined for deliverance? And that's my spirit. That's just one of my greatest talents that Yahweh Shem Shah has gifted me with in these last days, and it's to be very exhorting. You know what I'm saying? And to look at things optimistic, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, we gonna go heavy on the destruction. That's man though. We the prophets of doom. Let them say it, right? What's the word? Doom just mean decree. But when it comes down to mercy, where do you see yourself at in the times we living in? You know what I'm saying? Think about that. You know, these are things that you gotta actually meditate on. And you know, and you might not have everything you want. You know what I'm saying? You might not have, but bro, you got a roof over your head, you brothers and you sisters. We got roofs over our head. You got water. You got food. Okay. Everything else, literally, bro, I was walking home from work, and this was, you know, just meditating on this, bro. And I was thanking the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Before the sun even rose up, just like the water for getting me home safely. The water, you know, for a roof. The water for water. The water for clothes, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything else after food, water, and shelter is extra, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I said all that to say, bro, you got people out here who don't have these things. Okay? So we got to see where we stand in prophecy, man. You know? And count, you know, yourself, you know, blessed, man. Okay? Whether people want to believe it or not. But Psalms 32, right, in verse 1 in the GNT. And Lord willing, this is a conference. Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Shai, Shem Rakakadah, Shebrakatah, Wa Barakim. To all you sincere brothers and you sisters, man. Psalms 32, verse 1. You see at the top of the GNT, it says confession and forgiveness. All right? It says, happy are those whose sins are forgiven, right? So, you know, brothers, you know, the deep understanding of what we are involved in is that the price that was paid for our sins to be forgiven was the blood of Mashiach. So that's why we're happy. You know, we're not happy in the sense of walking planet Earth with a goofy smile on your face, man. Nah, we're happy in the spirit, knowing that there is the one who has prevailed. Yahweh Shai has prevailed, man. Matter of fact, through his spirit, let me get this word prevail. Yahweh Shai has prevailed. So you know, and this is one of them, like I said, humbling, you know, just flowing through the spirit, like watching videos and everything happening. It's like, okay, well, damn, well, how long we gonna have to wait for the elect to come through then? How long we gonna have to wait for who is the elect? You know what I'm saying? So, brothers, it's no coincidence why the Lord has raised us up, okay, and separated us from all these major bugged out camps, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord got you, brothers, pure, sincere, locked in to win. All right, okay. But continue on prevail. It says to prevail upon, succeed in persuading. All right, so yeah, Yahweh Shai succeeded in what? Persuading the Most High to forgive us, man. Because that's what those sacrifices was for. The lambs, goats, right? Bullocks, right? They were all doves, right? They were all sacrifices to persuade the Most High to have mercy on us, man. But the Lord is not pleased with that. The Most High is pleased with the blood of Yahweh Shai. That's why what's happening. Okay? Okay, it's ultimately for our benefit. Because not only is Esau, Edom provoking the wrath of the Lord and the right hand of the Most High, but it's also a balance. So the Lord got to stand for somebody. The Lord got to come through for somebody. The Lord got to save somebody. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, just as His Majesty is His mercy. So Yahweh Shai's sacrifice prevailed. It says the sense of be enforced, be prevalent, be prevalent or current. See, and what's current is what? Prophecy, man. Current is the spirit of Yahweh Shai, the testimony of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy. So it's current. You know, it's currently happening, man. These nations, see, going back to while I'm doing this lesson, bro, through the spirit. Everything that Yahweh Shai said in Matthew 24 is happening, man. Nations are divided. Mark 13, Satan is divided against himself. You got these nations shaking hands, but they getting ready to shoot missiles at each other, man. One of these days, Lord willing, this year. Lord willing, in the next 3 to 6 months, you know? Hopefully. But if not, hey, we still rooting for Yahweh Shem Shai, because at the end of the day, everything is happening for the sake of the elect, man. Okay? To be saved. Okay? From this impending judgment. Alright? Khan Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shai. Alright, so yeah. So Yahweh Shai has prevailed, man. So now, let's go back to Psalms 32, verse 1. In the GNT, happy are those whose sins are forgiven, whose wrongs are pardoned through the blood of Mashiach. Happy is the one whom the Lord Yahweh does not accuse of doing wrong, and who is free from all deceit. That's right. And that's why we have a pure heart, a pure spirit. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is able to sup with us, clean us up. You know, the scriptures say, though thy sins be as red as scarlet, come, and they shall be white as snow. So the Lord has cleaned our spirit up by the word. The scripture say, washing of the word shall a young man cleanse his mind, you know, cleanse his spirit. So now we're able to teach transgressors, you know what I'm saying? Now we're able to lead and instruct others back to the Lord, because the Lord, okay, through his sacrifice, Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, okay, has guaranteed us a position, bro, Lord willing, you know? We got to have that faith. You got to have that faith in these last days that you're important to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? If not, it's all vain then. And again, look at what's taking place on the planet Earth. The upcoming World War III. The upcoming infrastructure of this fourth IR, technocracy. Esau Edom and his ushering in, okay, of the MOTB, infrastructure of the mark of the beast. All right, the image, okay, Edomite supremacy, right? You know what I'm saying? World War III, you know. Then you look at, like, on a, you know, just on a level of your co-workers or your neighbors. Everybody through. Your neighbor through, co-worker through, baby mama through, everybody through. So you got to be like, well, where you fit in prophecy then? You know what I'm saying? And that's where that confidence kick in. See? The water. Beautiful precept, the water. St. Matthew 24 verse 22. Brother Shaquat. All right, in the camp, AMP. And if those days of tribulation had not been cut short, yeah, and that was I seen a little clip you put in the chat too. So these days and these things are happening, cut short for the salvation of the elect. No human life will be saved, but for the sake of the elect. And again, going back to the title, where are you at in prophecy? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's chosen ones, God's chosen ones, man. Those days will be shortened. So this is really about how the Lord is getting ready to deliver those whom he predestined and pardoned from their iniquities, man. And separated them, predestinated them for glory. He called, whom he called, it's going to say, whom he have called, he have also justified. And whom he have justified, he also glorified. So this is just how the Lord moving on the chessboard of life with every spirit. So now we just got to stay tapped in to how the Most High is moving with us. We can't look at ourselves as pawns. No, man. Say the Lord is getting ready to checkmate, man. all right, the kings of the earth via the spirit of prophecy, man. Not us, but the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, is dealing within. Just could say, greater is he that is in thee, man. So again, like, all these things happen on the planet Earth. Jake bugged out. YN's going rapid, man. YN's is crazy, bro. For that to even be a thing today. But it's all prophecy. YNs and YBs, right? Okay, young niggas, and then young, you already know. BIT, you know the rest. So that's what we have, a nation of. So you got to be like, well, I'm nowhere near that. So in prophecy, the Lord has placed us in a position, okay, of predestination for salvation, Lord willing. And the scriptures commanded us to put on the elect. So continuing on, it says, happy is the one whom the Lord does not accuse of doing wrong, and who is free from all deceit. All deceit, man. Every life, past life, every incarnation, you know. Of course, we in these last days serving a punishment, okay, of our rebellion, you know, against the Most High. Each and every last one of us, personally, you know, serving out our individual rebellion against the Supreme Father, the Supreme Being, Yahweh. But he, you know, he located Yahweh Shai 2,000 years ago, okay, to be in a position of intercessor, okay, propitiation, a mediator, okay, a middleman, man, 2,000 years ago, brothers, you know, and sisters, so that we can walk with a certain confidence about us in these last days, that as these things take place on the planet Earth, it's not for our destruction, okay? Okay, it's so the Lord can bring forth prophecy, man. Scriptures say the Sirach 39, okay? You know, teeth of wild beasts, you know, famine, sword, you know, pestilence, all these things were created for the wicked. So the Lord is getting ready to do a great deliverance in the midst of a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? So we don't got nothing to worry about, man. The Most High is all seeing, all knowing, all powerful, bro. Let's just continue to stay in order, continue to push forward, continue to hope, keep hope alive, and fight the good fight of faith. All right. Shalom, says Yahweh Shem Shabbat. All right. Psalms 32 and verse 3. It says, when I did not confess my sins, I was worn out from crying all day long. Day and night you punished me, Yahweh Shem Shai. My strength was completely drained, as moisture is dried up by the summer heat. Then I confessed my sins to you. And that's why we're in the fold. Because the Lord had to put us in that position to where we can confess and we can acknowledge and kiss his son. And understand that everything is about Yahweh Shai. You know, the Lord had to put us in this humble position, this low to the ground position, this abase position, not to abound, because the Lord don't want to destroy you. Everybody who's abounding, bro, okay, in the world, that's their lot, bro. There's only two sides of the, you know, to a coin, bro. All right, it's two sides to everything, bro. Up, down, left, right, happy, sad, right? You know, righteous, wicked, rich, poor. You know what I'm saying? So we got to thank the Lord for putting us in a position to be able to acknowledge him in our life and in the condition, in the position we're in our life, man. You know, scripture say, give me food convenient for me, not too much that I deny thee, and not too little that I've forsaken thee, roughly paraphrasing, but just enough. So we can just focus on the Lord and how he's working in our individual life every day. The Lord just wants us to pay attention to the little things, you know. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? But verse 5, then I confess my sins to you. I did not conceal my wrongdoings, right? And that's what we did. And that's why you on this journey, the Lord The Lord seen the sincerity of you crying out to him, man. And then he lifted you up. Because each and last and every one of us had to cry out to the Lord to get leveled up. You know what I'm saying? And closer to him, bro. Nobody's proud or arrogant coming close to the Lord. So we had to get, humbled, bro. Push back in a position to where you, in your distress. King David, Psalms 18. And that's when the Lord, we on this journey now, man. We are being upholded by the mercy of the Lord. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And we banking on the Lord coming through in his word. And look at what he's doing. That's why I'm doing this lesson. Look at what the Lord is doing across the world. Global world leaders are at each other's neck, man. All right? And this is all biblical prophecy, Revelation 17 chapter. But simultaneously, the Lord is building up the house of David. You know what I'm saying? To hell with what people say, bro. You got an attitude, you don't understand. You got to roll your window up. You got to go. You got to get up the block. You got to turn your music up. You got to keep walking, step on the signs. You disagree, cool, bro. All that's not going to get you saved. You see what I'm saying? We don't establish a souped-up personal relationship with the Lord via predestination. It's not of us. Our connection and our relationship getting so stronger with Yahweh Basham Shah, and we just tapping in, bro. That we got to be them. We got to be the elect, Lord willing. The hopeful elect, right? Full of hope. Okay? But continuing on, it says, verse 5, then I confess my sins to you. I did not conceal my wrongdoings. I decided to confess them to you, and you forgave all my sins. Verse 6, so all your loyal people, the elect, should pray to give you in times of need. See? And the loyal being the elect, praying unto the Lord Yahweh Shai in a time of a great need. And we know that time of need, right? Okay, which is what? JT. All right, when the time of this RFID is made Mando. All right, you see, and then it's going to be a transitioning, all right, of respect. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody has the respect for the Israelite man, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Israelite man, nah, bro. Everybody is, you getting looked down, especially Judah. But, we know these things. But there's coming a transition of respect, bro, via Jacob's trouble. I was building with the elder priest Kanak in the camp, last night before I went to clock in. Jacob, Nightcrawler. And I was, just meditating in the spirit. I was like, bro, it's just because we got to give 8 hours to 12 hours, 14. Some brothers doing 16. You giving 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours over to the clock. But wait till we coming into the time where, bro, the Lord getting ready to, upset you guys, man. Upset everybody, man. Okay? And all that time of being on the clock for 8 hours and 12 hours, we could have been serving the Lord, ministering to the Lord. That's going to happen in Jacob's trouble, bro. Ain't going to be no such thing as punching in, clocking in, But behind the scenes, the Lord has been building, maturing, nurturing, okay, uplifting, okay, our spirits, okay? Because people do not know what to do without themselves punching in. Okay? No, all these billions of people, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like I gave out the, like the example, like you take the hamster, you take the hamster off of the wheel and take him out of the cage, the hamster gonna be standing there looking at the cage, bro. That's majority of our people. That's majority of the world. You take us off the hamster wheel, we know where the dough at. We done hopped off the counter out of there. You're like, damn, how the hell he, how the hell this, I thought he would, bro. So again, I said all that to say, once the Lord, remove this punching in and punching out, clocking in, clock out, and, when you people lose your damn mind, man, then it's going to be known who are my chosen, saith the Lord, saith the prophecies, man. All right, but it says, so all your loyal people should pray to you in times of need. And that's right. So that's what we're doing. All right, on the hamster wheel, praying, Lord, Baba Kashah, Lord, stop this madness, you know. Psalms 94. And because we understand that the time of need is coming. It says, when a great flood of trouble, Jacob's trouble, great flood, Esau, Edom, comes rushing in, it will not reach them. Right, that's the elect it's not going to reach, man. It's going to be a standard lifted. All right, but yeah, I'm going to close out on that in Psalms 94. You know, I just really wanted to read, you know, those few verses, you know, Psalms 32, you know, and Psalms 94 and verse 1. Excuse me, the Most High Yahweh, the judge of all. Yahweh, you are a power who punishes. Reveal your anger, right, in the GNT. So that's what we waiting on, man. We know the anger of the Lord because it's on us. The curses on you like the crisp on the fried chicken, man. You know what I'm saying? The skin. That's how the curse is sticking to you. Like a suit. A tailor-made suit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Them curses is not leaving you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know? So we know the Lord punishment, man. But we're grateful that the Lord is raising off. He's taking off the curses from his elect. That's why I brought out that Psalms 32. What we're seeing is a transitioning, man. I was watching the beloved elder apostle, the beloved elder Yasharum lesson. I'm going to finish it later, Lord willing, going into Amalek in 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. And Esau, Edom is the main topic. Amalek is the main topic right now today. Why? Because his truth came out. Christianity is played out. It's through, done, finished. You know what I'm saying? And like the elder Yasharum said, he made a solid, beautiful point, man. You know, for people don't watch, but when we were growing up, even people in the world, they weren't edified on Esau, Edom, Amalek, man. Now that, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shah has placed the spirit on the elders and passed a great millstone on down, which we are in that stead, okay? People are waking up, going questioning, and it's all prophecy. Jeremiah 49, I will make Esau bare. So, brothers, we just got to keep enduring, bro. Keep fighting your good fight. Get down for your crown. You know, go get your crown, bro. You know, stay locked in. And, you know, to hell with what people think, man. It's coming a day real soon where once the lights go out and there's no way for nobody to make money and you can't sell your private part, okay? All right? You can't go on OF or, you know, whatever you people do out here in the world, man. It's completely wicked, right? Well, the time we're coming into, it's a judgment coming for everything that you've done. The light's coming on, and a lot of people getting ready to scatter like roaches, man. Because that light is judgment. You know, so that's what we got to look forward to, man. Okay, just stay on point, man. You know, just be honest, you know, and look at yourself. Yeah, and hold yourself to a certain self-esteem as well, too, man. You know, of course, you know, we heavy on the prophecies, man. All right, you know, but gotta have a certain confidence in this thing of ours, too, you know. For you younger Akim, you know, speaking to myself first and foremost. But yeah, so Psalms 94, verse 1. The Lord Yahweh, you are a power who punishes. Reveal your anger. And that's the time we in right now. The anger of the Lord is being revealed, you know, on the highest level. But it's only going to magnify, you know, once the Lord Yahweh Shemshai actually, okay, bring in this Black Swan event, you know, some chaotic event, something tragic, you know, terrible, you know, that's going to force people into making an ultimate decision. Okay? And he's going to be revealed in that time. And he's going to be angry at how many people disbelieved. But you could say, let all the unfaithful die in their unfaithfulness, man. And that's when the Lord is going to bring in that Revelation 14 and 9. But that's why I brought that out in Psalms 32. We hoping to be the elect. Because in that time of trouble, we're going to call on him in the time of need. And when the floods come in of trouble, when the floods come rushing in of trouble, the Lord is going to sustain us, that it touch us not, man. All right? Verse 2, you are the judge of us all. Rise and give the proud what they deserve. And that's what the Lord will do, man. That's what the Lord is making up. That's why we need these guys. You know, about time Yuval Harari, the WEF, G20 Summit, bring in the technology, bring in the robots. Like, bro, we need you to boast and brag and have a big head like this, bro. You're fulfilling what Daniel seen, okay? You fulfilling what the prophets seen, man. Concerning Babylon the Great, okay? Concerning the little horn, okay? The scriptures say that was more stout than his fellows, man. You know, and now nobody wants to be a partaker of Babylon the Great, man. You know, people are moving far away, and it's all prophecy. But Isaiah the 47th chapter says, stand now in the multitude of thy enchanters. See? So it's getting ready to, you know, get a lot more drastic, but this war is not ours, man. You know, all we have to do is trust, serve, and trust. Yeah, how about some shots? Could say the whole duty of man is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, man. So be grateful and thankful. Speaking to myself that the Lord has called you out of this gross darkness and is giving you an opportunity to serve him. To hell with everything else. We got to deal with it. We deal with it, you know. But verse 3, how much longer will the wicked be glad? Right. It says, how much longer, how much longer will criminals be proud and boast about their crimes? That's right. So, and that's all they are. The earth is being ruled, you know, it's going to say in the hand of the wicked, by nothing but criminals, man. All right. It was crazy, but it's how the Lord set it up. You know what I'm saying? Because we went off, but the Lord is doing something that has not happened in thousands of years, and that's bringing back the two sticks and making them one stick, man. Bringing the tribes back together through the Spirit. You know, as we witness in a great division, this could say the tabernacle of David that has fallen will be closed up. You know, but that's pretty much it. You know, I ain't gonna, you know, make it too long. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, edifying to the elect. You know, I'm gonna close it out by giving all praises, honor, infinite glory to the King of the universe, called Haloyim, Lo Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, the water, Yahweh Bashmel Shai, for the spirit of truth. In these last days, in whom the world cannot receive, in the necessary things, the little things, man. The water, Yahweh Bashmel Shai. All right, and may the Lord hide pride from us and keep us humble until the beginning. Double honors to the head apostles and beloved elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and do it well. Peace, love, and salutations to the Zakoni wa Achim. And Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat to you sincere brothers and you sisters out there, man. Lord willing, edifying, man. Stay humble. And again, just appreciate the little things, man. Because it's getting ready to get worse. But the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is going to give us that power in that day. And we don't got nothing to worry about after that, man. So just stay faithful, man. Stay loyal. And call on the names of the Lord. Shalom.